Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video. Sam and I here recording on Sunday, October 6th, after the Celtics blowout win over the Denver Nuggets in their second preseason game in Abu Dhabi. Second and final, I should say. They're coming home now. 130-104 victory for the reigning champions. Jaylen Brown led the way in scoring, 21 points. Sam Hauser had 15 off the bench. Tatum had a nice 17-point game as well. It was a good all-around performance by the Celtics. They killed the Nuggets. I mean, you look at the difference between a couple games. Sam said that right before we started recording. I mean, the Celtics didn't take as many threes, but they were much more efficient in this one. Nuggets couldn't find any sort of rhythm from really anywhere on the floor. I think the Celtics did a good job defending them. The rotations looked nice. Obviously, Michael Porter Jr. didn't play. Aaron Gordon didn't play, so you had a couple stars sitting. Jokic only played 18 minutes, but even the Celtics bench really ballooned this lead out anyways over the Nuggets bench. So this was just a good all-around performance for the C's.
Yeah, I mean, the third quarter was really where the whomping started. I mean, the Celtics outscored them, 42-15 or something crazy like that after halftime. So that was where this became the 130-104 final that it was. But even in the first half, when both sides were playing their guys, there was a lot to be excited about from the Celtics perspective. I thought the starters looked far sharper today than they did on Friday. We talked about it both in Friday's recap and also the pod, where it was really felt like the starters came out a bit flat. They looked like they were still getting their feet underneath them in their first preseason outing. Today, everybody looked pretty good. I mean, Jaylen was on another level kind of to start the second half. But even in the beginning, he was good. Tatum came out and started making jump shots, which was really encouraging. Derek White had another solid game, and Jrue Holiday made his threes today. So all of the guys that were out there that are going to be a part of the regular rotation are looking more and more like themselves, more and more like the guys you should expect to see as the season goes on. The lone major surprise fitting in with them is Luke. I think we talked a little bit about Luke last time, and we just said he was solid because he was. He had 6, 11, and 3 on Friday. Today, I think he only – and I actually don't know how many assists he has, and my tabs are giving me problems.
One.
Luke finished with just 1 assist. But the main thing that I noticed and everybody noticed was they're using him really, really a healthy amount as the short roll guy, and he is very comfortable in that role. He's going up, catching these lob passes at the free throw line, and then reading what the defense does. They're either collapsing on him or somebody's in rotation, and he's finding the open guy. The Celtics have moved the ball really well through 2 games now. They've created a lot of open looks, and I think going forward we should all be encouraged by this because they did it against a Denver team that's not bums, mid, whatever you want to call it, by any means. It's a good team. Did they not have Porter and Gordon today? They sure didn't. But still had Jokic who can guard the big man. And the fact that they were kind of overcompensating for Cornet tells you that other teams are going to have to adjust to it too. And with the Celtics having to play a lot of games early in the season with no Porzingis, this is an encouraging thing for all of us to see.
Yeah, whenever Cornet went to set a screen, the Nuggets sent 2 people at the ball handler because they weren't really too concerned about Cornet inside. But the result of that was Cornet would just have an open pass to whichever man helped over and guarded him on the roll. Got caught up a little bit in a transition opportunity when he tried to be Andre Drummond on the Cavs when he tried to go coast to coast. It was funny. I really wanted it to go down because it would have been awesome. But no, Cornet looked awesome in this game. I tweeted it out. I think he could play comfortably 25 minutes a game for the Celtics team. He looks so unbelievably seamless with this starting group. I think as good as Kata and Tillman played in this game, and I think they both played really well, I think the Celtics trust Luke Cornet, and I think Luke Cornet is proving why the Celtics trust him so much. He looks awesome. The stats don't reflect how well he played. Jokic still got a bunch of buckets over him and Kata and everybody else, but there's nothing he can do against that guy. And the Celtics won by 30 points, so that doesn't really matter anyways. But Cornet looks awesome. We can talk about the other big guys too while we're just on the topic. I thought this was a much, much better Kata game. I still think he started a little bit slow in the first minute or 2, but once he got comfortable, he was cutting well. He was finding lanes to the rim. He had a block and a steal, no fouls, which is the biggest thing for him. No personal fouls, no screen fouls, no fouls inside. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in his minutes. I thought he looked really good. And Tillman too. Tillman nailed a 3, missed a couple probably easy shots he should have made inside, but 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And those assists were, I think, both to Keita, and they looked impressive too. So the Celtics backup big man rotation that they re-signed this summer is, making a good case for why Brad Stevens made sure to do that.
Yeah, and I think as we continue to go through the preseason, we kind of approach the regular season opener, and it's like, who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be the guy? Who's going to earn all the extra minutes? Right now, it looks like it's Cornette. But Tillman has really done a great job of proving why he can be somebody that comes in off the bench and is like a different type of architectural center where you're just like, okay, this guy can stretch. He can shoot threes, and he guards well. That's really what you need. Keita still remains like kind of in the third place spot for me where it's like, sure, but Cornette's better at everything and is just more consistent. I'm happy to see that he was out there without fouling. He looked a little bit more comfortable. He had some nice finishes today. He did miss a couple bunnies too. But with the big guys, I think we should all be very happy with what we're seeing. Nobody looks lost by any means.
Yeah, no, everyone looks good. Jaylen Brown, like you said, 8 of 16, 2 of 7 from 3, 21 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound. He looked great in this game. I mean, he was on fire scoring the ball. He looked comfortable everywhere. Tatum played well too. We can lump them in together because I think they played the same exact minutes. 17 points for Tatum, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 of 14, 3 of 7 from 3. Looked a bit rushed going inside. I would say it was just a bit weird when he was driving to lane. It's almost like him and Jalen flip-flop. Like Jalen looks so composed now, whereas earlier in his career he looked very erratic driving, and Tatum was kind of the opposite in this game. But I mean, Tatum shot well. The 3-point shot looks good. He put up 17, 2, and 4 in 23 minutes. It was still a fine game. It was just, if we really want to nitpick Tatum, which is kind of what you got to do at this point with the Stars, the driving could have been better. But him and Jaylen Brown played great games overall. Jalen's 3-point shot wasn't quite as dialed in, but both of them look good.
Yeah, they looked really impressive. I thought that Jalen looked great today. He looked stronger than everybody. You're seeing those massive muscles go and get put to use. Tatum's jump shot looks a little bit more fluid. He looks more comfortable shooting the jumper. I know everybody was talking about it online today. I put it in my hot takes for Celtics blog. It was really funny because he started hot and was making all the jump shots. Then as halftime grew closer and closer, he just started missing. And then I had to be like, yeah, he shot 5 of 13 in the first half, but I thought he looked good. I thought his jump shot looked good. But he does. He looks more comfortable. He got a couple catch and shoot opportunities today. Again, 3 of 7 from 3. The man is nothing if not consistent. 42.9%. If you do that every game, I'm going to be pretty happy. Can't lie. 3 of 7 every night from 3 from Tatum will be a standing ovation from me.
Yeah, I mean, if he shoots 3 of 7 every single night, he'll average 7 3-point attempts and shoot 43%. Like you said, like that's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you want.
I would actually maybe cry.
Once again, the standstill 3 looks just so much better than the pull-up 3. Just without a doubt. The catch and shoot 3 is money now, which is fine with me. And
he's actually going to take that too.
Exactly. It looks like he's going to get a bit more. We can lump the guards in just so we're not doing a 50-minute grading recap. Derek White, Drew Holiday both played well. Derek White, 13, 5 and 6, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 6 from 3. He looked really, really good in this game. I thought he was one of the better players on the floor. He looked super confident, was kind of decisively making plays for himself and others, which was nice to see. Drew Holiday also played pretty well. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals in a field, 1 of 2. Just play he does. Both those guys look great. The starting lineup looked really good today, including Cornette.
And that's really something we should all take away from this. Like, no Porzingis, everything's still moving well. The ball has been flying around both games. They've moved it well. They've created a lot of open looks from 3. And as the season goes on, I think we're just going to see more and more comfort coming from that. And the Celtics should be a really difficult team to stop. Getting guys like Holiday 3-point looks where they have 2 or 3 seconds to take their time and get the shot up, good luck. Good luck, because he had a couple of them today. Derek White, again, looked very comfortable creating for himself. He got a lot of attempts. He got the 3rd most shot attempts on the team. So it seems like they are going to continue to trust him to be a tertiary scoring option on this team until Porzingis comes back. That should work really well. I think he looks good putting the ball on the floor. And not to mention, both guys brought it again on defense. They were kind of just being passed. Derek White had a couple of steals that led to transition buckets, and that's good to see. You want to see the Celtics taking it away, getting out in transition, putting pressure on teams, because that is the hardest part of the game to get a stop in. When you're running, when you're backpedaling, it's not easy. So shout out to them. I don't know where you want to go next, Jack, but I really felt like in the first half we got a good showing from just about everybody that came in off the bench.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you can go to Pritchard outside of his just disastrous first minute where he had 3 fouls in a minute. He was awesome again. 14 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 of 7, 2 of 3. Everything you want from Peyton Pritchard. He looked super confident. Even had a 4-point play in there, which was fun to watch. Sam Hauser can lump them together as well. 6 of 7, 3 of 3 for Sam. 15 points, 8 rebounds. Looked really comfortable putting the ball on the floor too, which was almost more impressive. Like he was getting inside, dribbling inside, and pulling up. Why are you laughing?
Because it's so funny that he did. He just kind of dominated this game in every possible offensive way. He was actually creating shots for himself. He was taking guys off the dribble. Just an atypical Sam Hauser game, but typical in the sense that the ball was finding the bottom of the net every time. Did he miss?
He had one miss, his last shot of the game. He tried to do a
Oh,
little
he
bit
should have
too much and he
stopped.
missed. Yeah. No, Hauser was really good though. It was fun to see him show off what he probably was working on this summer, which was just putting the ball on the floor and making plays out of that. 8 rebounds too. He hits the glass hard. I think that could be something he helps out with next season as well. He did a good job of that during the playoffs last year too. But the 3-point shot was there. He shot 3 of 3. He looked comfortable. He got just ridiculously clean looks. It looks like the Nuggets forgot about him half the time, and he capitalized. So he had a good game. Pritchard had a good game. We talked about Tillman, Kade, Cornette. Jordan Walsh looked fine in this game. He had a nice little assist that I liked where he drove in and transitioned and kicked it right back out to Hauser. Got him an open 3. But he missed all his 3-point looks, 1 of 4. It was a fine Jordan Walsh game. It wasn't one where you're like, oh my gosh, he was really bad, but it also wasn't one where you're like, oh my gosh, he was really good. So it was just kind of like, he was kind of out there, which was fine. He made
Didn't
the
feel
right
like
plays at
last game.
times, but no,
Last game we
it
were
wasn't
watching
quite.
and it was like, oh my gosh, he looks worlds different in summer league. He was fine, which is good because you just need him to be fine.
Outside of that, Drew Peterson was fine. He got screwed on a couple fouls at the end of the game. There were a couple calls, but 5 points, 2 rebounds. It was fine. JD Davison, same thing, 2 of 4, 1 of 3, 3 assists. He made a nice little impact in that last quarter. It was kind of like nothing basketball at that point because it wasn't close. Everyone was just kind of
Right.
going through the motions. I was writing at that point too, so I was like half watching, half trying to get something up. But JD Davison, Drew Peterson were fine. Baylor Shireman, a little less fine. He can't really find it right now.
The new guys not looking great as a whole.
Watson didn't do
Shireman,
much either.
Watson didn't get much of an opportunity. Watson, but Walker just
Walker
another
looked
game
really
of
bad.
chucking.
Walker looks really bad. You could tell he's trying to force things. He's trying to make something for himself. He shot 0 of 4, 0 of 2 in this game. He had 2 rebounds. He had an assist, but I mean, it's just so clear he's not a part of the plan right now, which it's fine. It's kind of what I expected, but it looks real bad.
Yeah, that man looks like a man that's like, I got to show somebody that I can put the ball in the basket. If it's not this team, somebody has to see that I'm capable of doing this. And unfortunately, he doesn't appear to be at this moment.
Yeah, no, I don't think he makes the roster. I don't know if he ends up in Maine or he tries to find a contract somewhere else, but like it just doesn't look like they're planning for him to be a part of things at this point
Correct.
because you would expect him to get at the very least like Drew Peterson minutes. Like the two-way guys are playing more minutes than he is.
You would expect Watson. Jesus, man, there's so many W guys. Walker to get Walsh's minutes in that first substitution bunch if he was going to be a part of this roster, I think. And we just haven't seen that.
No. Jaden Springer played better in this game though. 1 of 3 from 3.
Good.
He made one of them. 6 points, 2 assists. He was fine. It was obviously a lot better than the first game. So it was nice to see him at least do a little bit of something there. He was being a pest on defense too, which is kind of what he does.
That was the thing for me, right? Like last game we came on here and we did the grades and we talked about him in the recap too. But it to me felt like he just wasn't really engaged. I didn't think he was moving well without the ball. Like he looked kind of lost without being involved in the offense. Like today he really wasn't involved either. He did a lot of standing in the corner and just waiting, probably for good reason. But on defense, he brought it. He was picking up Jaden Pickett on the way up 94 feet. He was deflecting passes. As soon as he checked into the game, he deflected a pass. He made the open 3 off the catch and shoot. The other 2 threes I think that he missed were off the dribble, and they were weird shot creation shots that he would never take in real rotation minutes. If you want to take this Jaden Springer game and be like, if he plays like this, he would make sense as a 8-minute guy, sure. because he actually brought defensive intensity off the bench. He made his one open catch and shoot look created off someone else's drive. He was ready for the moment. The only problem was when it was like, hey, Jaden, go do something and create something. And he's just not going to be asked to do that. In one of the creation opportunities, he did get himself the free throw line. I was pretty happy with him. We'll do the grades tomorrow. I'd say B game for Springer.
Yeah, it was fine. He was good. I think the rest of the team. I mean, I think the Celtics just played good team basketball today. I don't think there were necessarily any huge individual performances. I mean, obviously there was Hauser and Jaylen Brown put up a bunch of points, but it just felt like they were moving the ball really well. The defensive rotations looked really, really, really good throughout a lot of this game. Julian Strawther looks like he's going to be a motherfucker next year, which is really good for the Nuggets.
At least early on in the preseason, he got a lot of opportunities for them, and people were excited. And then it just didn't happen in the regular season.
He didn't play much last season. He played in 50 games, so he only got 11 minutes per game. So he didn't really get the opportunities, but he looks like he'll be a real guy for them. He's a lot more of a ball handler, like creator guy than I thought he was. I thought he would just spend a lot of time off the ball, but he had the ball in his hands a lot and he looked confident while he was doing it. Hunter Tyson looks awkward in my opinion. I just don't like, he had 10 rebounds and he had 8 assists, but he looks like he is
man loves his shot.
He looks like
never seen a three he doesn't like.
Yeah, he looks like he's old Kevin Love body, but trying to be a lot more mobile than that. And it's fine. Like, he played all right, but he looks a bit awkward out there to me. But he is shooting. So is Darius Saric looked really good in this game. That dude is cooking the Celtics. He was bullying Pritchard, but this is a good Celtics basketball game. I think that if this is the level you're going to see during the regular season, you should be very happy. They shot the ball well. They shot 47 threes. It's probably around what they're going to shoot next season. Probably, I would bet they take above 40 threes per game next year. It looks like they are emphasizing the three ball even more this season. And to their credit, they're getting a lot of really good threes. Like, it's not like they're just chucking them up. They're taking a lot of good shots. There's a few mixed in there, like the Tillman one in the corner. Tatum took one that was a bit contested. Brown took a deep one. But, like, for the most part, all the threes they're taking are like, we're going to pass the ball around to get a really good look, especially when you overreact to Luke Cornett on the roll.
Seriously, though, like, a lot of the guys, not just the starters, even the rotation guys you're going to see play real minutes off the bench, like Hauser, they're making really good passes to that weak side corner off drives. Hauser made one that set somebody up for three, and then all of the starters were doing it. We've seen Derek White make a lot of those passes so far through these two games. Watch out. These guys all are developing a vision to find the open shooters. Are we going to see a new level to Missoula ball this year? Talk about overreactions.
Yeah. I mean,
like, watch out.
Just the way they're playing looks so fluid. Like, they're just playing good team basketball. They don't really care who gets the shot. I think, weirdly enough, as small of a detail it is, a big part of that is Tatum just taking more catch and shoot threes. That's not something you saw last year. And so to see him he's taking like 6 catch and shoot threes within 2 games, and he's shooting like probably 4 or 5 or 6 on them, and then not nearly as good on the pull-ups. It's fun to watch, man. It's good to watch. I think 7 is the perfect amount of threes for him and Jaylen. Maybe Jaylen could be 6 if you want. I think him, Derek White, and Jaylen Brown should all take around 7 threes a game. I think that is a good number. I think they'll all shoot around 38-40% on those if they take the right ones. Drew, maybe you want to put it 5-ish. Pritchard could probably take 7 as well, him and Hauser. But I think they're playing good offense so far. I like what we're seeing, and I think this is pretty similar to what you're going to see during the regular season too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they move the ball like this in the regular season, watch out. Just the quality of looks they're creating, everyone should be thrilled about. People, after watching the Celtics remain undefeated off continent, you guys should be thrilled.
Yeah. Good game for the Celtics. Let us know what you think. 2-0 in the preseason, undefeated still outside of North America. So good for them. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Leave your comments down below. Leave your thoughts. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Yeah, thank you guys very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, comment, tell us what you thought of Game 2 of the preseason. Make sure you hit the bell. Jack and I are coming out with new content every morning at 5 a.m. Full pods drop. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday game recaps like this one are live the morning after each game. We'll have other videos in between to keep you guys all up to speed on the Celtics. You can find us on Spotify and Apple too. If you're more into just the audio content, that's fine. All pods and recaps will be there for you to follow. They will go right into your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that. You can email us at hbtcpod@gmail.com. We'll read your emails every single time we record a pod, so get them in. We know you have something to say about these first 2 preseason games. We'd love to hear from you. hbtcpod@gmail.com. The socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's just the name of the pod. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's at Jackson NBA. Mine's at Samuel France NBA. That's it for us. Bye.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.
That is bogus. These guys are ridiculous.